The global pandemic has brought the entire world to a standstill and forced humanity to go under a lockdown of unprecedented proportion. As social animals, human beings are not meant to survive in such a way, but the situation is more challenging for those whose brains were already not wired to function in a neurotypical way. Autistic persons are one of them. Children with this condition and their parents in the West are coping with it in different ways. But what about those parents in the less developed eastern part? We reached out to parents and experts in Pakistan to get an insight into the struggles they are facing during the COVID-19 lockdown.
Initially, before COVID, we were really busy with our lives. Everybody was busy with going to school, coming back. Everybody had their schedules, and meeting and sitting together and talking was something that was not happening as much. Because of which, I think Taha is getting a lot more attention. He is conversing with everyone more.
Life skills is something which in the rush I was not able to make him do. But during lockdown, because he's home and I have a lot of time and there is nothing else to do, he's able to do life skills on a very regular basis.
Parents are at home and they're getting a lot more attention from not only the mother but the father as well. We've seen children who would first, just speak one word have now progressed onto speaking two-word sentences.
But the situation is less positive for some families with fewer resources, according to Sobia Kamar, a speech and language pathologist and principal of the Chambeli School for Children with Disabilities. She told me more than half of the kids at her school belong to a lower economic class. These children have struggled during the pandemic without proper support.
पेरेंट्स उनको उस तरह से टाइम नहीं दे रहे, कारोबार का बहुत इशू है, नौकरियों के इशू चल रहे हैं, पेरेंट्स तो खुद स्ट्रेस में हैं। पेरेंट्स कैसे कोप कर सकते हैं? इस वक्त पेरेंट्स की भी यही सिचुएशन है कि वो एक 10 मिनट बच्चे को दे दिए, 20 मिनट दे दिए, बस उससे ज़्यादा नहीं।
While parents are opting for therapy through video calls, this medium carries its own difficulties. Sara Tasneem, a single working mother from Rawalpindi, recently came to know that her daughter Tahreem was within the spectrum. She finally understood why her child was quiet and had trouble fitting in her school. She was happy that finally, after getting therapy, Tahreem had started to express herself. She thinks virtual therapy would not be as helpful for Tahreem.
So my first concern was that के next step क्या था और तहरीम को किस तरह हमने चलाना है, फेस टू फेस बैठाना, समझाना, रिपीट करवाना वर्ड, वो अब लॉकडाउन की वजह से ना ये गैप आ रहा था। फिर उसमें ये भी था कि थ्रू नेट हम कर सकते हैं, तो थ्रू नेट भी किया, लेकिन जो फेस टू फेस की बात होती है वो आई थिंक विजुअली थोड़ा सा हो जाता है कि सिंस शी माय डॉटर इज़ हाइपर एक्टिव बच्चा, शी नीड्स न्यू थिंग, तो वो बैठ नहीं सकती।
Constant power outages are a common occurrence in Pakistan. Conducting a virtual therapy becomes more complex due to the nature of what is commonly called load shedding.
We are talking about clients all over the city. So maybe if the therapist doesn't have load shedding in her area at that time, then the client might be having a load shedding in that area.
In the city of Karachi, Rabia Aziz runs a support group on Facebook for parents like her who have children with special needs. Since the start of the lockdown, parents have been posting about the difficulties of caring for their children full time at home without help.
Very overwhelming for fathers who started messaging and saying, well, I never knew this and I never experienced this. Why does my child do this? And these are parents of children or fathers of children who are 7 or 8 years old.
Because the parents themselves have so much uncertainty and don't know exactly when the situation will come under control. That is why we're seeing even that passing on to the children, and the increase in behavior issues and tantrums and meltdowns to the part of even harming themselves at times.
Children, mothers have messaged in saying that I feel really guilty I have hit my child. I feel really guilty because I've just shut myself up in my room and don't want to go outside because I cannot bear to see my child racing from one end to the other.
We do hear a lot of cases of domestic violence, suicidal ideations that are in the, reports of those things happening around the city.
बहुत ज़्यादा डिप्रेशन में चले गए हैं और वो कह रहे हैं कि किसी ना किसी तरह ये थेरेपीज़ का सिलसिला जो उनसे दोबारा से जारी रहे ताकि बच्चे अपनी रूटीन पे वापस आ सके.
People with autism show repetitive and restrictive behaviors, interests, and activities. Following a set of daily and weekly routines is very important for them to function. Sudden changes in established patterns can result in mental frustration, especially for children.
Slowly going into the third week, children wanted their structure and routine back. They wanted to go back to school. They wanted to go back outdoors.
पेरेंट्स की कॉल्स आना शुरू हो गई कि बच्चे बहुत ज़्यादा हाइपर हो रहे हैं. कुछ बच्चे ओवर ईटिंग की तरफ जा रहे हैं और कुछ बिल्कुल नहीं खा रहे हैं. उनको वो वाला माहौल चाहिए था. सुबह उठना, स्कूल जाना, वहाँ पे एक्टिविटीज़ करना, वापस आना घर. सोशल इंटरैक्ट उनका बिल्कुल ख़त्म हो गया. और कम्युनिकेशन जो मोस्ट इम्पॉर्टेंट, टीचर उनसे हर वक्त कम्युनिकेट कर रही थी, फिजियोथेरेपिस्ट उनसे कम्युनिकेट करता था, स्पीच थेरेपिस्ट, म्यूज़िक टीचर, वो सब उनका ख़त्म हो गया.
Rabia's 7-year-old daughter Alia was born with Apert syndrome. This year, she was supposed to be diagnosed with autism disorder, but the lockdown has forced Rabia to postpone.
And my child, who is an immunocompromised child, who has an upper respiratory issue, it has been very, very taxing. Just to give you an idea how structural and how structured the routine is, that she would not like her teeth to be brushed prior to the breakfast. So that is how our lifestyle was. Under lockdown, obviously everything closed, and for her safety, I had to keep her indoors. By the 5th day, there was a huge outrage where she just went and stood by the front door and said, "Put me in the car because I need to go." And because she's nonverbal, a lot of her frustration and her anxiety comes out in squeals, comes out in her clawing. And this was the first time we actually witnessed Alia biting.
In developing countries like Pakistan, where support and assistance for struggling parents is not widespread, experts are advising caretakers to establish new structures for their children. They also stress the importance of remaining calm and positive. But as the whole world knows by now, those emotions are in short supply during a pandemic.